Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the Unfiltered podcast. And you know what? Finally, we start off with a win. We're talking about a win, man, which has been a long overdue on this channel, man. I'm saying? No emergency meeting today because we have won today. Last minute. Call it lucky, call it whatever you want, people. But it was 3 points indeed. Big up to Flawless in the building. Flawless, before everything else, how are you, brother? Everything all blessed?
Yeah, man, I'm all good. No complaints. Like you said, we won. So obviously we're going to discuss that. Always love being on the show. Big up to you for having me as always, Saeed. Much appreciated. Always good to see Double A as well. And genuinely look forward to the show. But yeah, man, I'm all blessed. Just finished watching a new episode of Power. So yeah, I'm all good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I need to watch that as well.
Yeah,
I'm
watch
watching
it.
Lupin right now, so...
Is Lupin good?
Yeah, Lupin's very good, man. Trust me. Watch Lupin.
Right. I'm going to have to check it out then. Yeah, I'm going to have to check it out. But yeah, man, all blessed. No complaints over here.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Double A, we were at the game. You know what I'm saying to you? It was good to see Old Trafford rocking at the end. You know what I mean, man? Because a lot of people left, and shame on the people that left because you leave, you always never know what you can get at the end, man. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who stayed,
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame the people for leaving early. I mean, up until injury time, it was absolutely... I feel like, Saeed, I said to you before, I feel like I have to address the whole Saeed TV community. I think I've said a lot of things on this channel, and I think I am... I always try and be consistent. I always try and stick to my beliefs and what I believe in. And as everyone knows on this channel, and I'll say it again, Scott McTominay is the best player to ever play for Manchester United. I think we all know.
Oh, gosh.
We all know.
Where are you going in? Where are you going? Where are you going with it?
We all know that I believe in him. I believe in him. I believe he's...
You have been his biggest defender and massive, big supporter of his.
I don't think I've ever said anything bad against him. People can
never
can try and manipulate audio and video of me on this channel before. I'll stick by it. I'll say it forever and ever. Scott McTominay, the best player to wear the number 39 for Manchester United, people. So, listen, I mean, no, big up to you, Saeed. It was good to see you down at Old Trafford. Flawless as always. It's a pleasure to be alongside John on the chat and on the show. And the greatest chat on YouTube. It's a pleasure to be here. I feel like... So my laptop's on its backside, and I feel like I'm proper getting into YouTube. The first time you're on a show, you're on your phone. I don't know where to look. I look like I'm looking over here. It's a bit of a nightmare. But it's just good to be here because I missed last week, and obviously I'm away next week. So I can't miss 3 weeks. It's just not allowed. So, yeah, big up to everyone, and pleasure to be here as always.
Nah, big up, man. Big up to everybody who's here, man. Make sure you like the video. Over 400 of you's already locked in. Hit the like button. We won today. Shouldn't mean that you should be hogging the like button. So everybody right now, hit the like button, man. And we're going to get straight into it. HKN's coming in with a super chat. Big up to you, HKN, man. He says, Ten Hag said he benched Casemiro because he wants to play good football. Some man that watches Bruno play every week, the man is prolonging the inevitable. Any United fan that rates Bruno of Casemiro need their head examined. I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt like for me, Casemiro needed to be benched. I felt like he was poor, but I also think Bruno Fernandes was poor as well. I think he never really got in the game. I don't know how he got man of the match, by the way. It's crazy.
Wait. Who gave him man of the match? Who? What organization?
I don't know. The fans. I don't know. It's Premier League.
Can you put this chat back up as well, please? Who gave it? Please let me know in the chat. I don't have the actual chat up. Let me know who gave him man of the match, please. I really want to know. I've seen
it. Bruno Fernandes was given man of the match.
But I want to know who the organization was. Like, who was that gave him
apparently,
man of the match?
Mubsy said to me, you vote in the Premier League app or something or somewhere. You vote and then it gives, he was given the man of the match. I don't know. People said it to me. I don't know if he was man of the match. People have to let me know.
I did see it on Twitter, but I didn't know if it was a joke. I thought it was Johnny. I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna give it to Johnny Evans. You know
what I can say, not one person that was in the ground or watched that game on TV was as voted in that. There's not one person that has said, you know what, Bruno Fernandes, you were my man of the match tonight. That's never happened. That's not happening. That's not.
Listen, I thought my man of the match, we'll get onto it, was Harry Maguire. For me personally, but again, I think today is more relief, man. Scott McTominay contract extension talks coming. You know what? It would only be this football club to do that. After 2 goals, we would give it. You know what I mean? So
What I'll say about him,
it
was Kaneki who said it in my chat on the watch along. Shout out to Kaneki when he was like, "Yo, this is like Fellaini all over again." I said, "Hey, Scott McTominay, Plan B, get the ball in the mixer to the big man." You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was
throwback.
You saw it against Burnley when Bruno got it against Burnley for his goal, and you think, yo, Johnny Evans was clear man of the match that game, and even Bruno at the end gave his man of the match award to Johnny Evans.
I think it was Johnny Evans today.
Popular votes get the get the man of the match. But I'm with you, mate. Johnny Evans again, showing his class the whole game through. You know, you expect him against Mbuemo. I think he probably would have thought he had a massive chance to win that battle, and I think he was kept mostly quiet by Johnny Evans. He was even one when he outpaced him back to, you know, there's a ball over
that surprised me. That I thought he's gonna be in trouble there. I thought he was gonna be in trouble there. And he caught him. Yeah. He did. Yeah, man. He did. Yeah. Well, yeah, like Casemiro was right to back to the original super chat from HKN. Casemiro was right to get taken off. So I do things like it's a mixture of what HKN said there. But should Casemiro have been taken off? Yes, because he wasn't good in that first half, and he was also a part of the goal. Eriksen played his part, I believe, in both goals, right? I know the free kick at the end was the second goal, the winner. So Eriksen did his thing. And in regards to delaying the inevitable, if Ten Hag carries on like this, of course he's going to get sacked. That's why I don't even need to say it or worry about that. If he continues picking these players consistently, then you are going to, like, 100%. Is it true you lot would have heard it? Cheers when Rashford went off.
Yes.
But
he started to play something, man.
But I don't know if that's half to do with him and half the fact it was Garnacho, because when
Garnacho
was warming up,
probably both.
Yeah.
They were relieved. They did it last week against Crystal Palace when he came off. They cheered him off. So listen, man, you know what it is? It's more that Ten Hag now is making the right substitution. He ain't scared now. Last week he wouldn't have took. A couple of weeks ago, Ten Hag would not have taken off Rashford off. He would have kept him on until the end. Today he did it. Today he took off Casemiro. Yeah. He's now starting to realize, like, when people are playing bad, you take them off. Yeah. I don't know what it is with Bruno Fernandes. Maybe because he never gets tired, and it's one of them where, you know what I mean, he's got some unlimited battery that he thinks, you know what, I might as well keep on. But you got to take him off as well. So
he may never get tired. Hey, Saeed, he may never get tired, but I'm tired of watching him. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do Double A. Yeah, it's good. This one for you. Good dad joke for you. There you go, Double A. You're welcome, man.
Yeah. But you know what, man? Let's dive into it, man. The first half was shocking, man. Diabolical. Yeah. Diabolical, guys.
Flawless, I'm so proud of you, bro.
Thank you, man. That was just for you, man. That was just for you.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, my bad.
No, the first half was diabolical, man. They get the goal, man. I mean, we have to talk about that goal. Casemiro gives the ball away. Lindelof, again, Lindesoft. Shocking defending. But Onana, the fingers, man, the butter fingers. I'll be real with you guys. It's concerning. Like, I know he made some good saves, but it was almost like saves where you had to tip it over. It wasn't saves where you had to kind of like position yourself or anything. And I'm not trying to discredit him there, but that was shocking as well, man. It's what are you saying, Flawless, about the first goal, man? That was terrible, man. Terrible.
Oh, 3 unforgivable mistakes. But what we've been doing all season, I think I've said it on this show many times, and I always say, I've said it before and I'll say it again, is because there is patterns with Manchester United. There is sequences that continue to happen. We concede sloppy goals, and it's either one individual error for one player or multiple. Saying Brentford did nothing going forward. Absolutely nothing going forward. Casemiro giving the ball away. Careless in play. Lindelof, clear the ball. Onana should save it. If one of those three just do the basics, we don't concede that goal. But what you said there, I could blank out them names and insert players from opposition here. We've conceded that goal time and time again. Not in terms of that exact goal, but I'm talking about individual mistakes, whether it's the goalkeeper or whether it's one of the outfield players. That Casemiro pass is not difficult. Lindelof clear the ball, not difficult. Onana save it, not difficult. I'm not asking him to do anything amazing. I'm asking you to do the basics. That's why we're here, and I'm here praising Johnny Evans. You know why? Because he does the basics. as a centre-back. And that's what a lot of our Hannibal, when he plays, the reason why he's been getting the praise and the plaudits he does is because he does the basics. Nothing amazing. Just apply yourself is all we're asking for. But that's what we've been doing all season long. That's on the individuals, yes. That's also on the manager, because you continue to play these players. We just got beat by Galatasaray. Lindelof was at fault for the 3rd goal. Why play him? I'm not hearing there's no other defenders, because if Lindelof was injured or suspended, would he be replaced, or would we go out there with 10 men? You're going to replace him with someone. Drop these men. That's what you have to do. We all know Lindelof's not good enough anyway, but you got more out of him last season. And anybody, like even with the original super chat from HKN, anybody can get dropped. But in terms of the goal, horrific. But we've been seeing it all season long, conceding, playing well for 20, 25 minutes, and then conceding with our first shot on target. Like my guy Taza on the watch along called it. We call him when we go and concede. We're going to play well for 20 minutes, and then we go concede from our first shot on target. I think this is the 4th or 5th time. Happened today. Happened against Palace. Happened against Bayern Munich. Happened against Brighton. That's 4 off the top of the head. The chat will probably know more. When things are a consistent pattern, that's telling you something's wrong, and that's on the players, and that's on the manager. And collectively, they need to sort that out. But, you know, yeah, horrific, that first goal. Terrible.
Yeah, no, I agree. A calamity of Ellis, man. You know what I mean? Casemiro, I mean, he's got to do better, man. Just keep the ball, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Obviously, right now, he's not on the best of form, double A. But then again, you know what I mean? The defending there, though, man. Someone's got to clear it out. Someone's just got to get that ball out, man. Like the fact that the goal came out of nothing, basically, and then they got allowed to get in the box. And then, obviously, when it went in the box, there was a bit of a kind of kerfuffle, and it was a bit, we're just so like, we're always second to the ball every single time. Have you noticed the 50-50s and that? We're always second every single time, you know? And that for me is still alarming, man.
Yeah, it's so worrying that it's like the lack of urgency or the concentration on this team has dropped so much. And what is alarming the most for me is how strong we were at the back line last season. You know, it was, no matter who came in, the defence was really strong. And I know people are going to start pointing fingers and saying, yeah, that's what's the common denominator is the fact that De Gea's not there now. But that shouldn't really matter. We've still got experienced players playing in the back line. And you look at the 2 centre-backs today, you might not fancy them, but they are very, very experienced. I think it really shocked me today that Lindelof wasn't at right back and Delort was at left back. I'm not sure why that was the case. I'm not sure what he thought Lindelof was going to give on the left back. And I know, you know, people are saying, I think he did a decent job there until he got injured. You know, he even carried on and tried to play whilst injured. You could clearly see in that second half, his back was causing him a lot of issues. And I rate him for, you know, trying his best to stay on. But, you know, for me, and I'll probably get onto him a bit today because I'm sick and tired of Diogo Dalot. I think he's one of the most low IQ footballers we have at the club. I don't think he's very.
Bro, this guy can never cross as well, man. Diogo Dalot. Can he ever cross?
1 in 6 is 1 in 6 is decent, but I'm sick and tired of watching other players telling him what to do, shouting at him to be here to do this. Like it was the Palace game, and I think Bruno was doing it in the Galatasaray game, but especially the Palace game because he's about several times on the first half because obviously you know. That's the end we were shooting first half, which is close to me. So I get to watch him quite closely because I'm 8 rows from the front. And Varane is constantly telling him to push up in front of me. You're the right back. You should not be level with me when I've got the ball and we want to get you pushing up and doing attacks. And Bruno was telling him the same thing. And today, there was a moment in the second half and Mount is screaming at him to move. What are you doing? Why? He stands still and he's constantly... He's either not brave enough or good enough with the ball to go past people. He doesn't even attempt to try and take people on. He stops the ball, stands, puts his foot. The worst thing you can do as a footballer when you're in the attacking third and you're not in is put your foot on the ball when there's no one around you. As on the wing. And this is what constantly bothers me about our team. They're not brave and they're not willing to try things and make it. And it goes back to Mourinho and all he used to say all the time, like, they're not brave enough. They're scared to make a mistake because they feared they're going to get hauled off. Well, we know under this manager, you're going to have to do a lot worse than that to get hauled off in some cases. But in terms of the defence, I just think we need to really go back to it. And you know, Ten Hag last season, after those first 2 games, really stuck to going for keep a clean sheet, and we see what we can do up top. At the moment, we're not scoring enough goals. We've done it today, but I would rather us, even if it's a 0-0, I don't care. Really tighten up at the back and just start to kill teams. If it's boring, it's boring. But at the moment, what I'm sick of seeing is every team coming to Old Trafford and thinking, well, we can score 1 or 2 here, boys. We can come here. There's no danger at all. This defense is not good enough. We don't have to worry about what they're going to going forward, because we know we can get in this back line at the moment, because everyone is shaky. And I'd rather, it's a shame that Martinez is out. It's a shame that Ferran's out, but we still have enough experience in that back line to be able to get through games and not look as we look like League Two defending. It's absolutely
defending's a joke, man. The defending's a joke. It is 100%. Big up HK Moose says, how many times has Bruno given the ball away and we concede, yet Casemiro does it, and that's the last straw. Again, this fan base picks and chooses who to criticise. Ten Hag gonna learn. And we needed a starting left back and starting right back before we needed a new keeper, to be honest. A lot of people have been mentioning that today. A lot of people have kind of, you know what, man? Big up to Leslie, who sits next to me. She's not really kind of happy with Onana. When you look at our team, I still believe United needed a keeper. I'm not going to do the revisionism, guys. United needed a keeper. I'm not. Big up to MUFC as well. Yeah, big up to Kathy as well, man. RIP Kathy. Fergie goals from her. Yeah, big up to rest in peace to Kathy, the wife of ex-wife of Fergie. Yeah, I think you know what.
We needed a new goalkeeper. Man. Let's not do this thing.
Yeah,
the goalkeeper we let go is still unemployed. I don't know how much clearer that needs to make you. The goalkeeper we let go still cannot get a club. Like, let's not do this. Did we need a new left back? I agree, yes. Did we also need a new right back? Yes. Did we need a new goalkeeper? Also, yes. All things can be true. I don't get why people mix it. Like, even with the Casemiro and Bruno thing, yes, Bruno is poor. Like, I've spoken on it in depth on this show. But Casemiro was also poor. Is it inconsistencies from the manager in terms of giving the ball away? Yes. But we know the manager has inconsistencies in regards to his criticism of certain players and not taking players off, etc. But Casemiro was right to be hauled off. And the player who he brought on for him played his part in the goal. I think it was both. I cannot remember. I know he played his part in the winner. So what are we doing, man?
Yeah. You know what? I think for me, the second half was better for me in the sense of the midfield was a bit more kind of structured, where Amrabat just won the ball, because I thought Amrabat wasn't great in the first half. I don't think Amrabat played well in the first half, but second half he won the ball. He gave it to Eriksen. He won the ball. He just kept it simple. You know what I mean? And Eriksen, you have to have and this midfield for me, it doesn't work. Playing Mount in the 10 role, man does nothing. This is mean. People say I've got an agenda.
It's not an agenda.
Right.
That's Mason Mount. Mason Mount. He don't do nothing apart from run around and close down. Sorry to cut you off. He don't do anything. This is why he's been at Chelsea and has 8 open play assists. He don't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I feel like with Ten Hag, he needs to stop putting square pegs in round holes. Stop shoehorning things just to kind of put your favorites in. Make the team balance. If you want to win games, you have to sacrifice your favorites or whatever you're trying to please. Like, stop pleasing people. Just make the team balance. And you know what? We can actually maybe play better football. But right now, the team isn't balanced. Right now, certain men are still playing and they still shouldn't be playing. Like, Rashford for me was terrible today. And people will say, oh, he actually didn't do much wrong. But when he did have the ball, I don't think there was one key pass he made. Forgive me.
He broke up for you as well.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm wrong, did he do one thing? Did he beat his man?
You broke up there, Saeed. Run that back. You're breaking up, fam.
So now he didn't beat his man once. Did he beat his man once? Did he do anything that was significant?
You broke up a little bit there, Saeed. That's all. You're back now, though. You're back now.
Am I back now?
Yeah. You're good now.
Okay.
That your Rashford rant again. Go on.
No, I was just saying, like, did he do anything? Did he do anything right? Did he do anything that was significant? Garnacho, for me, like I said, I just thought he gave a bit of more urgency, a bit more directness, if you know what I mean. Like, there's something better than what Rashford gives you, the same old one-trick pony, if you know what I mean.
I think at the moment, it's similar to 21-22. I can tell in the first 5 minutes what kind of game Marcus Rashford is going to have.
Yeah.
Now he lured me in because in the first half he had one decent moment. He made a nice little pass, unselfish pass to Højlund, released Højlund on the left-hand side to get into the box, and he ended up winning a corner from it. And I thought, okay, let's see where this goes. Off a cliff. Never saw anything again. And this is the problem with Marcus Rashford at the moment. And people think, it's telling when the club and the manager are coming out saying, we back you all the way, Rashford, we back you all the way. Doing social media posts on Instagram, like, it's fucking embarrassing. Like, he's not playing well. And stop this mollycoddling of grown men who earn ridiculous amounts of money to play professional football, who are stinking up the pitch. All you're doing is making excuses for him to keep playing shit week in, week out. And I'm fed up of it. And it goes for any player. It's not a Marcus Rashford agenda. It's for any player agenda. I'm sick of us babying these players who can just come in and think they can walk around like they own Old Trafford and have a body language of someone who clearly doesn't either want to be there or at the moment needs to be taken out of the team for his own good and for the team's good. Marcus Rashford is doing no good for Manchester United right now. And that's not to say I don't think he's a good player. That's not to say I think he can't be a good player again. It's to say at this moment in time, and world-class managers will take him out of the team. Like, one perfect example of protecting a player, and it's different in its bigger point, but the essentials are still there. When Jack Grealish came to Man City, £100 million player, the most expensive player in the Premier League at the time, he didn't touch pitch for a while. He took his time with him and he brought him in. And now you could say, he's up there as one of the best wingers in the league. Same with Foden. He took his time with him. But when these players aren't playing well, and Foden's not played well, he's playing decent this season. But after the World Cup, people were thinking Foden was one of England's best players. And he come back and he didn't play for a while for City, and he's brought back in, introduced him slowly. And this is what the big managers do. At the moment, I don't know whether it's because he's scared or because he's trying the same thing because he's hoping it's going to work. But Erik ten Hag, for me, he's shying away from the big decisions. It's okay to bring him off after 60 minutes or whatever, but what you need to be doing is not starting him. It's okay to drag off Casemiro, who for me is now becoming the scapegoat of this Manchester United team. I'm hearing people saying Amrabat only played well second half because Casemiro came off. It's not the case.
It's easy to say that, I feel like the fan base, 5 months ago, we're calling Casemiro world class. Yeah, the problem is with the fan base, they pick and choose when to back players and when it's, the favorite opinion or the popular opinion. I just think for me, you look at it in isolation, Casemiro is out of form severely. I get it. I understand it. But I still think for me, that player is still there. I just think right now, Manchester United, at the minute in midfield, I don't think we're playing 100%. I don't think the team is playing. I think today we got lucky. We got the win. We got lucky and we move. We literally move. I think today, there's not this kind of reason where I'm looking at anyone thinking, hold on a minute, they're world class again. Or they're back. Or Man United are back. Like, nobody.
No one's saying that. Nobody. But in regards to the lucky win, embrace it. Because if we was unlucky, let's say we would have dominated Brentford, should have had a couple penalties, 3-4 shots saved off the line, VAR screwed us over like they did Liverpool Spurs, and we lose the game 2-1. But anybody be in the chat be like, oh, Manchester United were unlucky today. Nobody be like, you lot lost. So the fact that we got lucky, hold that. You know what I'm saying? We did what we had to do. We somehow, I still don't know how. I need to watch the game back. Well, the last few minutes, I still don't know what happened in regards to how we did it. I just know the ball was in the box a couple of times and it dropped to McTominay and he scored. That's legit all I know. Like, that is it. But yeah, in regards to Casemiro, yeah, he's out of form. I don't think people realize that form is a thing. Like, form is temporary, class is permanent. Like, Casemiro is still Casemiro. However, he is currently not performing well. So he should be dropped by the manager. Like, that's just basics.
But that's the president, though. I want that to happen to even Casemiro. Yeah. People think I've got a bias towards Casemiro. If Casemiro is out of form, I want him dropped. But I also want other players who are then the favourites to be dropped as well. I want it to be consistent on all levels. But that's where Ten Hag, are you going to be brave enough to do that? Are you going to put the team you think should deserve to be starting games, deserve to be playing full 90 minutes? Are you going to do that, Ten Hag? Or are you going to go back to, and he's coming back in the team now. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's all right. No, you don't. You say, right, you're staying on the bench until I see maybe your training levels get better, or maybe your performances off the bench get better.
Yes.
Or if I see you when you come on, you're understanding the system, you're understanding everything that's where we're trying to do right now. That's how it should be. And I think for me, you create a sense of, you know what? It's fair. There's a fairness in the team. You know, there's actually a fairness in the team. So I don't mind it. But as long as I know then when whoever's coming on, A, they're playing better than him, and B, we look like we're doing what we're doing. Or is Ten Hag just trying to get one problem and there's another problem here? You know, like, you know, just kind of trying to solve things without really trying to solve things right now. You know, people say McTominay is due to start now. He shouldn't be starting. It's called a super sub. It's called impact. That's all it is.
He should be, but I do believe that both Mount and Casemiro should be dropped. Like Hannibal, I think, deserves a start. I think Eriksen deserves a start, and I think Amrabat. That should be the midfield three. Drop Casemiro, drop Mount. Like I say, hold players accountable for poor performances, because we hold players accountable for good performances because they keep their place. They get praised. So when players are playing poorly, whether they're a favorite player or not, whether they're the star player or not, criticized and should be dropped. Casemiro should not start the next game. Mount should not start the next game. Bruno should not start the next game. Rashford should not start the next game. Lindelof definitely should not start the next game. Dalot shouldn't start the next game. The list goes on. I'm saying the people vying for their places, ironically, is Evans and Maguire and Højlund. They're probably the players who we like, they deserve their places because of performances. It's not a bias thing. Pick players on form. But hey, we move.
But also you got Mino coming back as well, which you don't want to kind of give him too much pressure early on, but he will come in there somehow, you know what I mean, and whatnot, and try and stake a claim in that midfield. So competition for me, I love competition, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Man United have been built on, competition. You know, big up to everybody here, nearly 1,000 people here, and we've only got, I think, 200 and something likes, guys.
Yo, bump up these likes, man. What's going on, man? Bump up the likes,
man. Bump up the likes, people. We just won a game and you lot are just hogging the likes, man. So please, everybody, hit the like button. Big up to HK Music. Best performance of the season for the team, and Casemiro was without Rashford and Bruno. Lol. It's clear to see who's holding this team back, and it's not Casemiro. You know what? Do you reckon in the team, in the dressing room, they have a feeling of who they feel comfortable with playing with? Like, do you reckon they kind of like say, you know what, man, these are the kind of footballers and these are the kind of players that maybe are a hindrance to our style of play? Like, because sometimes you might feel like that because, you know, they feel like their game elevates when they play with other players. Like, do we look at that in the team, or do you reckon this team is just naive to kind of think, you know what, I'd rather play with anyone in that regard? So I'd rather.
Yeah, you know well, of course, it's like, you know, in any job. So one of my jobs, I'm a support worker for people with autism and mental health, who can be very, very challenging. And you know, when you get put on shift with certain people, you know, when it gets challenging, these people are going to back it 100%, or some might be timid, a bit scared, and you're going to have a rough day. It's like anything. Like, I know when I'm going into battle with certain people, not like my job's a battle, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they're going to ride for you no matter what, and you can they're going to get the best out of you, you can get the best out of them. So I imagine when certain players are put on the team and other players are like, oh, I know what kind of day I'm having. I know when Bruno's playing on the right, it's going to stink out the gaff. You know, players aren't stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like Maguire again, or whoever it is, McTominay, CDM. Wow, Jesus. they know what players can do and where they're best at. And listen, it shouldn't matter, because every player that plays for Manchester United should be of the level that can come in and do a job every single time. But we know that's not the case, because we know a lot of these players aren't good enough. What the manager has to do, and you guys have just been saying it the best, but unfortunately, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in modern day football. Is players are not picked on playing on form and picked on reputation, on what they mean to that club. There's a reason why Marcus Rashford is seen as the poster boy for Manchester United and can never get dropped. He's the poster boy of Manchester United. Bruno is the captain. Now these two, we focus on these two because obviously, like HK Music said, the best performance against Palace was when them two didn't play. We played Palace a few days later, and everything went out the window. That whole good feeling, that whole vibe around the club, us looking like we were starting to have a little bit of freedom on the pitch. And what I didn't watch the game, watch the highlights, but it looked like players enjoyed themselves again. Watching Manchester United right now feels like a slog. Feels like you've got the night shift.
It's not enjoyable, man.
It's
actually.
but the
Did you see my live?
I'm not even
Did you see my
talking about
live on halftime? Did you see my live? I was depressed, man. I was like, bro, like just end this game, man. Like, and then obviously at the end, you won the game. It's like watching United is not for the faint-hearted. Watching United is actually like it's painful to watch, man. Like it's crazy. It's a roller coaster of emotions, man.
Watch it live.
Oh, yeah,
I was listening to Adele, just trying to get myself geared up for
Adele?
the second half, mate.
Well, I didn't even hear that, Adele. I must have been in my own world.
No, I mean in my earphones. Hello.
Oh, okay.
Like, on the phone to DDG again. Do you know what I mean? Like trying to get
this guy.
It is.
Oh my days, bro! I'm telling you, man. Now Leslie wasn't happy, man. She weren't happy, but obviously at the end she was relieved, didn't it? You know what I mean? And whatnot. And obviously the 2 goals, man. We as well, we got one that was chalked offside. Martial. You know when you thought that Martial goal was ruled off? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was literally doing this. I was like, VAR. I love
Just
VAR. I was like, and then I just went back to my seat, like, oh yeah, this is it now, man. And then everyone just ran. You know, when everyone just walks like out of the stadium, you could see a fire drill because they were just like, yeah, this is not our day, and we go leave now. We go leave. And then I just said, you know what? I sat down there and I was like, yeah, watching it, and I'm thinking the ball's coming over, and then that goal for the first one of Tomine, lovely finish by the way, and then the second one was crazy, man. Like Maguire puts it back in, and you think yourself, Tomine just hits it, head it anywhere.
Maguire to McTominay for the winner. Like you would have
bro. It's crazy, bro. Maguire to McTominay. The guys who you think to yourself, they don't really have a place in the squad. We're looking at he could have went to Fulham. The manager kept him. You're looking at Maguire out of the team. Everyone's like, get out. And these guys are the ones that have the impact. It's crazy.
My worst nightmare.
It's crazy.
My worst nightmare.
This guy, get out of here, man.
My worst nightmare.
Yeah, man. Big up Griezmann. But I think for me, it's like, you know what it is, yeah? I just feel like it's one of them where I don't think I can get excited about this. I think I'm just enjoying it for now, man. I'll be real with you. I think I'm enjoying this victory today, but then it gives us relief for 2 weeks because for 2 weeks, yeah, the leaks, the outbursts, and the drama. FC
ownership news as well. If we would have lost, that's all it would have been for these
ownership news.
Ownership news. Every time we lose, right on cue, either that night or the day after, there's some form of ownership news. Whether it's Sheikh Jassim's interested, he's not interested, Jim Ratcliffe's pulled out of the deal, or he's going to make a bigger bid, or the Glazers are doubtful, or the Glazers want X amount for the club. Usual stuff. You know how it works.
We'll still get some of that. I think. 100.
Yeah, we'll still get bits and pieces.
We'll still get bits and pieces. Yeah.
For me though, like you said, Saeed, you're just gonna enjoy the 3 points. That's all you have to do. And listen, there's no way you can't. Like Scott McTominay scoring 2 goals and me going mad like he's my best mate, my mother, my lover, is everything that shouldn't be happening in football. Like so literally, some Scottish lad, that Celtic fan, who obviously loves Scotland, he loves McTominay and he hates the fact I hate him, and he was like, oh yeah, I bet you were there, stood with your middle finger up at him, weren't you? I was like, listen, mate, at that time, he was the best footballer that's ever graced the football pitch. Like, the raw emotion, the fact we stunk out the gaff for 90 minutes, yeah? And you'll know this, Saeed. So, obviously, because you do a match reaction, so at 90 minutes, you're like, oh, now I've got to start talking about how terrible we are, how it's going down the hill, these players are trying to get Ten Hag sacked. Then it goes to 1-1. Then you're thinking, lucky escape for United, a point is something that we... And then, again, because them 6 minutes just passed me by because I'm going through the stages of what I'm going to say afterwards. And then for the winner, honestly, oh, man, a wild. And going into the international break on this high was vitally important. I don't care, some people say, oh, I want to play again. But I think these players going on that high now, going away, getting out of the spotlight of Manchester United, the scrutiny that's there, having a bit of time to breathe, having a bit of time with international teammates and getting away from it, going into their cultures and vibing a little bit different, then coming back raring to go for what's going to be another hectic great bunch of games. I think he's perfect for us right now. I think we've had a couple of weeks of really being down, and I don't want that to get spoiled anytime soon. So go away, a couple of weeks buzzing, come back, and then it's McTominay starting up top to banging some more goals, best number 9 in the league, bro.
Bro, listen, man. You know what it is though? We know what it is with Brentford, yeah. They didn't even play that great. They just defended well, man. And you know what it is? It's alarming how we're making games so hard, Flawless, man. Like we're making games so difficult that it needs to be. Like every single game this season, I don't think there's been an easy game where we've just won. Like
apart
even
from the Palace
Burnley,
game,
we struggled.
Apart from the Palace game in the League Cup.
Apart from the Palace game, yeah. And that's it, I think. Is it that it? That's it. Palace game only.
That I can think of where we played well and won. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. And that's Carabao Cup as well.
Because Wolves, we won and we didn't play too well. Forest, like I said, after we conceded 2 goals and then up until we scored the 3rd, I thought we were good in that period. But either side of that, we were awful. In particular, after we scored the 3rd goal against Forest. So you can kind of count that because that was the majority, but you shouldn't go 2-0 down to anybody inside 4 minutes. What else? What other games?
Yo,
no,
that's it.
Crazy.
That tells you where we're at in regards to it. Yeah, go on.
Some people will tell you the first half against Spurs, but I don't think.
We was okay. We was decent.
Apart from moments, should have had a penalty. Yes, I should.
Yeah,
but moments is not enough. And the one thing that is absolutely killing this team from anything at the moment, and it's still happening game after game, and it needs eradicated immediately. It's them unforced errors. It's them errors by our players are leading to goals every single game. It's not. We're not getting cut apart. We're not getting torn apart with brilliant moves. It's errors every single time, and it's what I mean about going back to basics and just really just toning it all down and playing it simple every single time. But obviously, injuries are absolutely destroying us right now, and hopefully Lindelof's not out for a prolonged period of time because I can't keep watching. As good as they played today, I can't keep watching Maguire and Evans. That's not
also Varane as well. Varane is a liability.
What was the Varane injury?
I don't know, man. But bro, we can't rely on Varane, man. We can't rely on him, man. I'll be real with you guys, man. I like Varane. I think he's been our best defender, but he's go out with a minor issue. He can't play 2 games a week, guys, man. Varane cannot play 2 games a week. Man. You know, it says here he couldn't play. It wasn't enough time for him to recover. Like that shows you a guy's body.
Yeah, it sounds like injury prevention, which I suppose we won. Regulon will be back, right? He'll be back. You should be back.
Regulon should be back.
So at least that's a left back, like an actual recognized left back, which can help. Yeah, and then Varane will probably play because he obviously don't play for France, so he'll be fit, and then it'll be I don't know, man. Raphael and Johnny at the back, man. Let's go.
You know what it is, yeah. It's not that I'm frustrated. It's just one of them where you know what I mean. Like today could have went wrong. Yeah, I know they did well today, Maguire and Evans, but it could have went wrong, and it's there for us to kind of understand that our best centre backs that we're trying to rely on is.
We're gonna give some props to Evans though, because he's for all the criticism he received of the signing. When he's played, he's just been solid. Yeah, I can't remember him putting a foot for all the goals we've conceded from all them individual errors. None of them have been on him.
He looks dodgy when he come on against Arsenal. I think that.
Yeah, but that's him. I think that was his first. But even then, like the goal, that's a whole team thing.
But he looked shaky. He looked like a shaky warrior. He didn't look like
Maguire though. Maguire today though, I'm not gonna lie to you. Got to give credit where it's due. Maguire today was very, very good. I got to give it to. I thought his recovery pace was good. I thought he distributed the ball well. I thought he was defensively, decent. You know what? Got to give to Maguire. You know what I mean? Giving credit today because normally we're always kind of lambasted him or kind of giving him bare shit. But today I've got to give him his fair dues. He did well today, Maguire. You know what I mean?
Yes, he did. But I don't think Whistler and Mbeumo are two physical strikers that are going to cause him any issues. If he'd have played against Tony today, I'd have been interested to see how he would have coped. Because I think let's. I'm not going to over egg the pudding. Let's keep.
Yeah. Them two are quick though. Like I would have thought that them two would have fancied their chances today. Because one thing they both are is mobile. Visa and Bremo are both like that. Was my concern.
We didn't play high line though. We didn't play high line for that reason, did we? They were fully back. So
that's a smart thing.
This is what This is what stops us playing again. We're having to drop 10 yards back to accommodate really slow.
I think it suits us though. Because even today, like when you think apart from the goal, and Onana should have saved that. They created no clear-cut chances. There's no chances I looked at that Brentford had today and you say the attacker should have scored that. Half chances, yeah, shots from distance. But Onana, apart from the goal, kept everything out. So I've said this drop off 10, even with the better defenders, this whole thing of like having to play a high drop off, it worked all last season.
Yeah.
And if you're saying, I didn't personally, obviously you two were at the game,
on.
so I'm taking your word for it, Double A, that we did indeed play a deeper line. Do that more often. You don't have to play a high line. It's not like we have players who are super suited to playing a high line. I'm talking not even the defenders. I'm talking about in front. Drop off.
Yeah. No, you're spot on. I think sometimes, you know what I mean? Just drop off and play a bit more defensively solid. Yeah. And you know what? It can help sometimes, you know what I mean? But ultimately, the way we play, I just think for me as well, what's concerning with me is that we don't win the first ball, man. Like that first ball, we never win, man. It's so easy to play against Man United. Like that teams could just run through us, and it's like nobody's watching. Nobody's trying to say, "Yo, that's my job. That's my man." Like man, I just say, "Yo, that's your problem. You're flawless. Is that your man? Yeah, you take him. You handle him. It's not my fault."
Sound like me outside the league and that. Sound like me outside the league, yo, man. You know, say, you get it.
Yo, man.
That's my. Bro, I do with it.
Team, man. We're a team. Like play together. What about Man United? It's like a bunch of individuals, man. We are a bunch of individuals that just like, well, you should be doing it. Like I'm seeing Bruno pointing at people. But you gave the ball, so it's your fault, mate.
I did see that today. There was something he did. Did he have a shot that went wide? Oh, he was offside, and he was complaining at someone for being offside, and it's like you're offside because he made a run and he came from right to left, and then he was offside. I was like, how are you offside there? And then he was complaining at someone, but at least Ten Hag's figured that out. That Bruno and Mount can't play in the same midfield. He's figured that one out,
bro.
I could have told him that before, but he's figured that out.
Shoehorned him. What's the point of putting Bruno in the team if you're just going to put him on the right? What's the point? Like, genuinely, it's either 10 or nothing.
Shoehorning him.
Well, because he's bought Mount, and then this is the problem when you buy a captain. When you've got a captain and you buy a £60 million midfielder who's the exact same type of player, you're having to shoehorn them both in. We've got 3 wingers on the bench.
Looks
desperate for some width and someone who can run at players and keep the ball pretty well. And 3 of them were on the bench, and we're shoehorning 2 players in who both were ghosted today. Like, listen, I think it just further compounds the absolute conundrum it was to go and chase Mason Mount for all summer long. And then, listen, like I wasn't doing a U-turn, but we had 2 decent games for Manchester United, and I started to ask the question: are we starting to see exactly what he can offer this?
You see the stat, guys?
What's the stat?
Cole Palmer today, apparently, and listen, I'm getting loads of messages from Chelsea fans here saying Cole Palmer, is 6 open play assists away from equaling Mount's open play assist record at Chelsea.
That's Mason Mount that everybody told me all summer long is so creative and offers so much.
Crazy.
He gives you nothing creative. Why did we mind blown? Why does the rain fall from the sky? I don't know. It's still to this day, like Ten Hag can do so many more things wrong going forward, and that will always be number one. I will never ever understand why we signed Mason Mount. No idea whatsoever. I didn't get it before we signed him. I didn't get it when we was making bids. I don't get it when we signed him. And now, like I said, he's figured out quickly. For all the criticism we give Ten Hag of like being stubborn and not making a crap. Oh crap, these man can't play. Like, I'm sure you watched Mount. What did you expect? That's the one question I'd ask him. I had one question to ask Ten Hag. I'd be like, why did you sign Mason Mount? Like, you're my guy. I think like you're very knowledgeable.
For energy. Oh, we get out running midfield. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want energy, but we get out running midfield. You know what I mean? So I don't understand this energy with Mount. Like we don't really have the ball. We don't really do anything with the ball. And it is, at least make Mount like have a purpose in the team. Like, what is he trying to do? So I don't know, man. I feel like with what Ten Hag's trying to do, he's trying to do the counter press, but we never press and win the ball high up the pitch because Rashford or someone or whoever doesn't press together. We don't press as a unit. So if this pressing is going to be done well, and then when we do it, we don't win the ball in that middle of the park to then kind of get on the counter-attack or get on the next phase of transition. We need to then win that ball in that middle of the park and go boom. we're on our bike now. That's like with the turnovers for Man United. We never do turnovers. We never split defenses open now. We don't just kind of like 1v1 isolated moments. Like today, we just tried to say, you know what, Brentford, we're gonna, you know, when you're on FIFA and you're trying to run through everyone, but you can't really do that. Yeah, I tried to do it on career mode. Like I feel like just getting the ball and running
Like,
and
you
just
got to
using
pass the ball,
pace
man.
and music basically.
You got to pass the ball,
man.
Saeed, man. You got
Pass
to pass the
smooth,
ball.
pass smooth.
But we don't have the players to do that because like Rashford's the one player out there in the lineup who can do that, and he's out of form. Bruno's not running past anybody. Obviously, we know Højlund can. That's it, out your front three. And Højlund's not getting. Brentford played with a back three. There's no space. That's why they cleared so many of our crosses. They cleared, and one is because they're playing with a back three. All centre backs who, whether you rate them or not, are good in the air. They're competent enough to deal with aerial, anything from an aerial standpoint. So yeah, that's what it is. Like Double A said it. Well, you got wingers on the bench, you got Garnacho on the bench, you got Palestri on the bench, you got Anthony on the bench. Obviously, he brought on Anthony and Garnacho. I would have preferred to have seen Palestri, but yeah, I don't know. This manager, like I said, don't let this. I don't think anyone. People keep saying, "Oh, he's papering over the cracks." I think everyone's fully aware of where we're at, and that if he carries on, like
that's the key thing, isn't it? It
Yeah.
can't be paper over the cracks, Flawless. Sorry to cut
If
you
everyone-
off. If
yeah,
you
it's
know
cool.
where the football club is at, like,
Yeah.
I still think for me, we may win against Sheffield United, we may not, but in Man City, we may get thumped. The game after that, we might have big problems. Like, I feel like this is only kind of just like, you know what, man, them enjoy the win, but you know what, we still got a long, long way to go. You know, it really, really is in terms of what we're trying to do, man. Because Ten Hag, you know, what I mean, he got bailed today, man. I'll be real with you. Like, there was a lot of people ready to put Ten Hag out. The fingers were ready. You know, on Twitter, people had the Ten Hag out in their draft.
He got you right. He just got bailed. Some big evidence came in his favor. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the witnesses disappeared. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened today. You know what I'm saying? Like key witness in the trial disappeared.
He's very lucky. Can I just going on Mason Mount, and this is just a massive tangent, but I've never not seen one Mason Mount shirt at Old Trafford. Not seen one shirt. Have you, Saeed?
No, I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing.
I even saw a Victor Lindelof one today, right? And I thought, you must be Swedish if you've got a Victor Lindelof. I've not seen one Mason Mount shirt at Old Trafford, and that
surprised me. That I thought he would have been number 7 English.
maybe it's just because it's similar to how he plays on the pitch. I just don't see him. Maybe that's what it is. It's like I don't see him do anything. But yeah, it's a bit mad. Listen, this, like I've said long enough, it's special Bus FC, this team, a lot of the time. They really frustrate me in a lot of the things they do. And they're frustrating, and I don't believe they're doing what the manager's asking them to do. I can't believe for 1 second that Ten Hag is asking them to play in that way. I just don't think they can do what he wants to do. It's very much like Ranić. We talk about the Ranić thing. 20 minutes of gegenpress, and we never saw it ever again. I think it's the exact same thing. Listen, I said it at the start of the season, and listen, I'm not wavering because I've never rated him before. He come to Manchester United. I still think he might be the biggest flop of the season in terms of what we paid for him and what he's offering this team. Like one block shot I saw in the first half. You know, doesn't. You
talking about who?
Mason Mount.
Oh, you're talking about Mount. Oh, see,
I genuinely think he'll be the biggest flop of the season for the money we paid. I just don't think. You know, you can talk about
It comes to expectation, though, innit? I think the people who rate Mason Mount rate him for the reasons off the ball, though, innit? I don't think any player rates him on the ball.
We don't need players who are good off the ball. We don't need players who are good off the ball. We need players who are good on the ball.
But that's what I'm saying. This is what the Mount fans they love. You know what I mean? And listen, today, like people said against what was a game where I got absolutely destroyed on Twitter? There was it against Crystal Palace? They said to me, like, Mount's having a good game. And I was like, okay. But I don't get it, though. So then I was like, okay, then fair enough. Galatasaray came in. I gave him some credit. I thought he did well against Galatasaray. But then go back to today, and it's like you played in your favorite position as well today. You know, you're playing in the position that you actually enjoy. And again, you didn't take advantage of it, you know? And I feel like right now, you know, Højlund more than ever needs a link, man. He needs someone that can help him out, like, because Højlund today as well, I thought today, as much as he did well in the second half to hold up the ball and whatnot, he needs service, man. man's getting starved of service in this team.
Of course, he's got he's got Bruno and Mount next to him. He's gonna stay starving. The water's been turned off. I'm saying there's nothing. I'm saying he has no supply. There's no connect. The well is well and truly dry.
I heard Comet Relief. Next time I'm going to do an appeal for him.
They might need to. But the thing is, this is not a shock. I can't think of a worse supply. Rashford, Mount, and Bruno. I wouldn't turn up.
Yeah.
Even Anthony, for all he is good holding the ball up and keeping the ball for us. You know, you saw today.
Talk to me about Anthony. You know what? I thought for me, he gave us a bit of. He kept the ball well and just allowed us not to panic. The shot was shocking. But a lot of people said Anthony's performance was good. Let me know in the chat, guys. What do you think of the Anthony performance? I thought he did some good things right. He did some Anthony things where you just know Anthony does. But it was almost like, it wasn't sharp, but I thought he kind of kept us a bit kind of calm. He got, you know what I mean? He kept our width well. He tried to do something. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Apart from the shot.
He just played as a right winger because he is a right winger. So automatically, he's going to look better than Bruno and Mount because he is a right winger. Just law of averages. He's just going to operate in the space. Whether he does fantastic, whether he does terrible, because he is actually a right wing. It's like Højlund. Højlund just being a striker is going to be better than what we have because he plays as a striker. He occupies striking roles even if he has a poor game. And that's what it is with Anthony. And just back to the on the ball, off the ball thing. How about we get players that have both? Why is it one or the other? When did that become a thing? Why all of a sudden is that an excuse? Oh, he's not good on the ball, so all right, it's off the ball work. Name one Manchester United legend or great or one of your favorites who's good solely off the ball and his on the ball attributes don't matter. You need both. Do I want players who are just good on the ball? No.
Yeah,
do I want players who are just good off the ball? No.
Anymore,
like man mentioned Manchester City. Manchester City players are exceptional off the ball, but you know what? They're also exceptional on the ball. You think Haaland's breaking all these goal scoring records on accident? No, because he's very good on the ball. What are we doing here?
Next, you'll get. He can't kick, but he's fantastic at heading the ball.
That's it.
His heading game. Pause. His head game is fantastic. That's what I'll say.
Hey yo, hey
I have to say about
yo. Hey, listen. Big pause on that one.
Hey yo.
I paused myself before I said it. I paused myself before.
That was like the Saeed pause a few weeks ago. That was hilarious.
I paused myself before. I knew where I was going.
You knew.
With Anthony, I have to say, and again, it shouldn't be a case because he should play well, whoever plays behind him. But you see a different player with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka helps him so much more than Dalot does. Dalot, for me, listen, people trying to.
Dalot can't even overlap, bro. Man can't even overlap.
Terrible. The DDL were out against me last week. The Dalot Defence League were trying to cook me last week. I watched him stink up the gaff, mate. So you DDLers need to head out because listen, he's terrible. I don't like it.
That in years, man said head out. You know, I've not heard that in yonks.
So I'm bringing it back.
That is a throwback.
I'm bringing it back.
That is a throwback. Man said you need to head out. You know that is a throwback. Jesus.
Yeah, man. You know, it is obviously there's a now over reliance on Dalot's playing every single game, and it's becoming a bit repetitive. So it's when you see him a lot, you kind of now need to demand a lot as well. But I don't know, man. I think for me, Dalot, technically he's better than Wan-Bissaka. I think he carries the ball better than Wan-Bissaka, but ultimately, as a right back, I prefer Wan-Bissaka over Dalot. I've said it from day one. Defensively, he's better. I think in the system, he underlaps better. He overlaps better than Dalot. I think for what Ten Hag wants, I think athletically as well. I think he's better in the system recovery. Just overall, I think for me, he's a better right back right now than Dalot. But 100%. Dalot needs to show us something now because when he comes back in the team, you might not get back into the team. You know what I'm saying? You might do because of the injuries. Yeah, maybe he might play left back, but ultimately right back, you need to get it locked in. So I don't know, guys, what you think.
Here the options,
Dalot is not it.
Dalot or Wan-Bissaka. It's like Bruno or Mount.
Do we need fullback? Do you reckon we should actually like buy 2 new? I think HKM before said, we need 2 fullbacks. Like,
I said
do we
this all
actually
summer
need like?
long. You sell Delo, you sign an actual first choice right back, you keep Wan-Bissaka because he does have his uses, in particular when you're not having the ball. Say like we're playing City away, Wan-Bissaka that shoe. If we going away to Bayern Munich in the Champions League, away at Real Madrid, away to a Liverpool, Wan-Bissaka that shoe. But most of the other time, the right back. And yeah, we did need a left back. You have the left back, you have Malacia backing up. That said, left back, let them compete. Let Luke Shaw be back up to Martinez. And then that kind of helps solve your centre-back problem. Because I do like Luke Shaw as a left-sided centre-back. I think he's very good there. I think he's very, very good there as a backup to Martinez. Don't want to see him at left-back, though.
The problem with that, though, is, Luke Shaw's 28 years old. There's no way he's going to accept being just a backup to anyone, is he?
Hey, you can leave. You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you don't come to a prestigious club like Manchester United. Be backup. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't good enough to be first team.
But how often do we get rid of these players?
Yeah. That's facts. That's facts.
You know what I mean? But
we need to refresh, man. We need to refresh anyway, man. We need to start, this idea, this myth that people can't be replaced. I watched a Beckham documentary, mate, and Alex Ferguson took out Beckham. He said, "See you later, man. You're getting sold." It was meant to be going to Barcelona.
Paulins,
Mark
Hughes, Kanchelskis.
That's the thing is, though, we've sold better players than these guys. We've sold legends.
Yeah.
We've sold absolute greats. Sometimes wrongly, sometimes in the right, wherever the case may be. Like, you can jog on, Luke Shaw.
Arguing between Delo and Wan-Bissaka, as much as I think Wan-Bissaka is good, it's like arguing over a pair of LA Gear and High Tech. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're both shit, and you're not going to wear either of them. Why are we doing this? Why are Manchester United in this predicament where we're absolutely battling over who is the least shit right back at the club? I mean, the team is full of shit, and let's be honest with ourselves, full of shit. I hate the fact we're in this position doing this every week.
Talking about.
But you know what it is? Maybe it just takes. What the problem is with Man United as a whole. Yeah. We kind of like we hoard shit, for too long, and we never get rid of it. It's even with the management situations, even with everything. The club never takes ownership and be like, "Yo, we have a recruitment plan, and we're going to take X player, you're gone." Before even fans can get, sad about it. The David De Gea situation, like, I felt like the club, like, the way they handled it was shocking. But ultimately, they made the right decision. But sometimes you make a decision, bang, you're leaving at the season, bang. Like, some people are told, like, in January, your position's not here anymore. You have a chat, you move on. Like, you have to do things right. Man United dilly-dallying around. We then feel sorry for them. They may score a goal, like today, and then you get a new contract, or you may have a run of form for 2-3 games, and all of a sudden you're back in starting 11 and starting consistently. It's like Man United is just so incompetent at everything they do. So I feel like, we're never going to get to a situation where we're not going to stop having these debates. We're always going to be like, Lindelof's back. Lindelof's back. He's back.
Because we get gassed up off a couple good games, the same way we'll write a player off after a couple bad games or 5 or 6 bad games.
It's extremes.
Like extremes. Yeah, it's extremes. There's no, like Marcus Rashford's performances, no middle ground. You know what I'm saying? It's either 8 out of 10 or above or 3 out of 10 or below. There's zero balance. Like, that's what it is. Like, these players can play well, but they're still not good enough. As we've seen last season, they performed to their level or above, and we're seeing them perform even to their level or the vast majority of them below that level. And you see where we're at. We all know Lindelof's not good enough. How many more games do you need to see him? We need a goal. We're bringing on Martial. No, Martial's level. Luke Shaw, who we just spoke about. Dalot, who we spoke about. Wan-Bissaka, Bruno, Mount, because I count his Chelsea stint as here because it's the same league and we watched him. Same thing, same shit. Like, we know these things. Same shit. The only people I give a blight to is the new signings because they're new, like your Hoylands, Amrabat, etc. Still need some more. Malacia, Onana, obviously goalkeeper. People forget the Gea start, which was very similar to this. People really do sleep on that. That's why I'm not writing him off like completely. But does he need to improve? Yes. He's been at fault for some. He's made some terrible errors. As did De Gea. De Gea was dropped. People forget that. De Gea was dropped. And he was an expensive goalkeeper at the time. But then eventually the penny dropped and he improved.
The problem with Onana is because of this whole furore around him and people really wanting to get rid of De Gea, they really thought he was going to come in and start changing the way we play and adding goals to the team.
Adding goals.
So
Yeah,
the expectation,
no.
bro, it's the expectation. It
Look
was
what we're
far
doing,
too
though.
much on a guy.
Look what we're doing for the goal kicks. That just shows you everything you need to know. Like the fact that we're doing them, it's almost like baby goal kicks. Like, you know, when you just like, you know, I don't know, man, it's weird. Like, I don't get it. Like, and this is why we have to do it because we can't play out from the back. So what we're doing to do is we need to make it a bit more better for the team. Whereas Onana wants to play it through to the midfielder. Casemiro can't do that. Obviously, Amrabat can, but we're not confident as a team to get that ball. You know what us, yeah? We don't have connecting dots. Our team isn't connecting dots. So you might have it with Hoyland and maybe, let's say, an Ericsson or whoever. Like, they might see each other and they might be telepathic, yeah? But ultimately, our dots are not connected. Even Brentford today, yeah, they're not the most creative team. They're not the most team with blessed of ability, yeah. But at least they can connect the dots. They can go from one end of the pitch to the other end of the pitch and have a style, and they know what they're doing. With us, it's Onana Evans. Right, we're gonna play it long. Onana Evans, and then it's back to there. Then we lose it to Rashford. Then Rashford thinks he can play it. He can take on about 1,000 man. Like, have you noticed? Like, there's no precision and plan as to what we're doing. And I feel like Ten Hag needs to take ownership of that because that's where you lose fan base. That's where you lose fans because they see to us, hold on a minute. How can Brentford have a better style of play than us? How can Brentford come here and actually like look like they're a team?
They look like a team.
We just
Yeah.
look like
they look like a competent team. Yeah, they look like a functioning outfit. Yeah,
they believe
that's all you
what
got to be.
They believe what the manager's asking them to do. This is bare red lines. Man United has bare red lines all over the pitch, mate. It's just, you know, to use a EAFC as it's now called term. Bare red lines. There's nothing, no chemistry whatsoever, mate. No chemistry whatsoever.
Literally. Big up to Chow. Appreciate the donation. He goes, big up, Saeed. Have you guys seen Bruno smiling before the game? It's a disgrace as a United captain. You go into a fight on the field, not joking around with your opponents. Listen, I think for me, you could do whatever you want before the game. And that's just my own opinion. When you're on the game, that's what I need to see perform. And it makes it even worse, like you said, if he's smiling before the game and not, you know, focused in that regard, and then he puts up a stinker like that. But I don't know, man.
Focused or not, he could go out there with the Roy Keane thing and look at the opposition. Bruno's still going Bruno.
Yeah, like today, you know, normally Rashford, he normally does his little warm up. You know, when he goes and does that. You know, when he does it in front of you, Double A, where he does a little warm up, and then he didn't even do that today because I just felt like maybe his body language is like just can't be arsed, like just can't. And that's what it feels like right now. Like Rashford just can't be arsed. Like, you know what? Yeah, man's playing. I might not score today. And he rushed off out of that pitch. He didn't even like walk. He actually rushed off.
Confidence
the pitch
is low.
like,
that's why. His confidence is low.
Yeah. But when they were warming up before, like doing the rondo and all that and everything, like he was actually laughing and smiling and joking with Hoyland and that. Like I saw him joking and palling around together and all that, and I was like, all right, okay, because this looked different to Tuesday night. But all right, okay, maybe something's clicked. Maybe, you know, he looks happy, he looks like he's on it, and then you see that performance. But listen, I'm not gonna have a go at someone for when the cameras are on you before a game, you're smiling and stuff like that. I mean, these are the same people that get on Martial's back for not smiling. Like, what do you want them to do? Just be miserable bastards the whole time? Like, it's life. Like, I understand we're in a shit position and they need to be playing better. But I'm not going to have a go at someone for cracking a smile if someone's speaking to them or someone says something funny. Like, mate, if we got battered tonight and then they put, like, what was it? The Watford game when we got beat and then Maguire is posting pictures out of him at a meal and all that out in Sheffield, and like, yeah, I get on his back about that. That's fine. But before a game, when you're probably buzzing to be playing because that's your job, you're doing your job, you've been working hard all week for, cracking a smile before is ridiculous. I'm sorry, that's a stupid comment for me. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, thank you, though.
Sorry. No, I feel like for me, I feel like everybody's frustrated right in a minute. I think ultimately everybody's, you know what I mean, they're entitled to feel like they want to feel. And you know what? Players are just not, you know, they're not playing to their cause. And you know what? They're not playing for the badge. You know, it's a simple, like, you know, human nature where, you know, the least you could do is just play for the badge, but they're not even doing that at the minute. You know what I mean? They just, they almost feel like it's just a given, isn't it, to play for the football club. You know, they feel like, you know what, yeah, but it's okay. You know, I mean, it's all right, you know. So yeah, we'll play again tomorrow or the next week. We'll play for England and we'll go away for a little bit. Like they just feel like it's just it's simple, isn't it? And that's where Ten Hag needs to come in and you know what, take a stance for this, and say, you know what, enough is enough. Enough is enough, guys.
Put your foot down. That's what he needs to do. Yeah, because we definitely can't tolerate it anymore. Yes, he needs to put his foot down. We all can't tolerate it. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? How we winning like that? And my first emotion is relief. I was happy more after. But I'm more like felt like after the Burnley game, we just scored two. Like, man should be ecstatic. We just didn't play too well and scored 2 late goals and just beat Brentford and won a Premier League game. I should be over the moon. That's the best possible way to win a match. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing better than a last minute winner. And I'm just more so like, well, we got over that. We got through it.
Yeah. Bro,
what's going on?
Someone asked me outside the ground, shout out, big up to Graham. He's like, I must have looked like pissed off again. He's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, he was there like to be frustration, anger, frustration for 90 minutes. Then this massive fucking high because we just won the game in injury time. Crash back down because realism slaps you in the face and thinks, bro, we Houdini'd that one today. Absolutely Houdini'd that one today. And it's not sustainable. We know it's not sustainable. And it's we want to see, even if it's moments right now, and I said this in the Berlin game, I said it previous games, just give us something to cling on to that looks like something is turning, something is changing. And listen, you could have looked at that performance today and put it in the Palace game and put it in the Galatasaray game. It's just the same, all we've seen all season. And this is why it won't last. And it's good to have this buzz going into international because it's 3 points and it means, we're not going to start hearing about what's going on. There probably won't be as many leaks coming out about unrest and the manager having to say, my job's safe, or the club having to say it. It's just good that we've got the 3 points, but we're realistic and we understand. And it sounds like we lost today because the way we're talking and what we're talking about, and
that's crazy, isn't it? When you think about it, like it sounds like we lost today. You know what I mean?
Roses. One thing it does show though that the players are, sorry to cut you off, Saeed, are still playing for the manager because they fought to the very end. That is one thing. They gave their all in, like they was battling, like when that ball went into the mixer. But yeah, the reason why it sounds negative because 99.9% of the game was crap. We'd be sat here lying. Take out the 2 goals we scored. What were the other positives in the game?
This comment here is probably the best. Big up to Rondo. 2 weeks of toxicity would have been peak, bro. Like genuinely, guys. Like I was fearing the worst when I was thinking about the next 2 weeks, guys, of sheer depression of Man United just lost, and it just we're just gonna be bad in it. Like that's what I had in my head at that point. I'm not gonna come in and be like, yo, listen, I knew we were gonna win. Like I never knew we were gonna win. I thought it was a loss. Yeah, I only stayed in the ground because I live local, in it. It's not as if I need to go back to London or I need to go back to like different part of England. Like I don't need to go anywhere. Like I live wherever I live, not far from the ground, in it. So I just stayed because I stayed, in it. You know what I mean? And it was worth it in the end. You know what I mean? Like it was. And these are the kind of moments when I see Onana running back and I was like, they are playing for the manager. Like this myth that people say, oh, there's a division in the camp and, players are not playing for the manager. I didn't buy into that. I never will do because I feel like he has got a lot of credit in the bank. Like they won a trophy last season. They came third. I know it's bad, but I think they're confused as to what they're doing. And I feel like there isn't enough leadership in the team or there isn't enough characters in the team to kind of get us out of the mud. And I think Ten Hag doesn't have a plan B. That I can understand. You can look confused, but I don't think the players are not playing for the manager. But it could be both, though. You can be sacked by the players loving you, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The players all loved Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but he weren't good enough. You know what I mean? So he weren't good enough in the end. So people are saying that there are signs that he's losing the dressing room. I don't know. I don't see it in that kind of way. I don't think it's toxic in that way. But I do think that what, if he makes big decisions in the next couple of weeks, i.e. drop Casemiro, i.e. drop certain personnel, Bruno Fernandes, he may have a different dressing room than the one before because they're big characters. But if you do that in a way where we end up winning, then I think the fan base will be like, you know what, fair play to you, mate. You know, fair play to you. You did well in that
I think
regard.
for me, all at this moment in time, only an idiot is going to want Ten Hag to leave this club. I'm sorry to say it. this whole, like you were saying before, people got drafts ready to go if we'd have lost today. And do you understand where we were before he come in? Do you understand? You know, and Saeed said Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't good enough at the end. He wasn't good enough at the beginning. He should have been nowhere near the football club managing for 3 years. He's absolutely substitute teacher that everyone took the piss out of for 3 years. Wanted to be everyone's mate. Oh, it's okay. Don't do your work. I'll do it for you. I'll do your own work. You just go and do what you're doing. And he ruined this. He set his club back 3 or 4 years in the way he treated people. Giving up, you know, you look at Lingard coming back from, and Lingard's careers are not fucked now because of Solskjaer, because he should have gone to West Ham after that loan. 100% should have gone. But yeah, he said, oh, no, come back and play with Ronaldo. We'll give you game time. Got no game time whatsoever. Barely played. And then he lost out on a move to Newcastle in January. Didn't go to West Ham. Went to Forest for the bag. And then now he's just doing TikToks. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on? And the players' decisions come down to that. But it's the culture that was set by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm not hearing that Erik Ten Hag after last season how quick everyone can be going, oh, we just need to have a good summer, and then all of a sudden we're going to be fine. So now it's like, oh shit, he was never good enough anyway. It's, you know, and the picking the fine points to say, well, he only did it because of this. He only because of Liverpool and Chelsea. Well, no, we still have to win games. It doesn't matter what other teams are doing. We still have to win our games, and that's what we were doing, and we're very good at doing it last season. And it's going to be the boring. So anyone that doesn't want to hear it, you can put me on mute or whatever. It's the same old. The only reason we're in this mess, the only reason, again, that we're finding ourselves is because of the fucking owners. It's because they don't care about the football club. It's because he's not been backed with the players he actually wanted this summer. David De Gea would have stayed this summer. I guarantee it, because he didn't want a new keeper. I think he was happy to keep him for another year. It was Kim Min-jae, it was Rabiot, it was Mount, it was Kane. He wasn't going to get any of those. And then you look at the plan B, the plan C, and we ended up with Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans was not the plan at all. Amrabat was probably not the plan at all. Reguilon was not the plan at all. So you start to look at the reason why that Ten Hag is struggling at the moment. And a lot of these players, he wanted gone. Maguire wanted gone. McTominay wanted gone. Yes, he scored today, but they shouldn't be in a position to be on the fucking pitch. And this is the problem that we keep having over and over again with every single manager. So when you're calling for a manager to be kicked out, remember what we faced before when Mourinho was the man, when Eric Van Gaal was the man for a time, when everyone wanted Solskjaer for the time. It's a rinse and repeat, and you need to remember the real reasons why we are where we are is because the people above Ten Hag shouldn't even have a job pushing the trolleys around in Tesco, never mind being in powerful positions at one of the biggest clubs in the world. Back your manager, because I guarantee when he gets the backing that he fully deserves, and when he gets the people that he fully deserves, he will be great, because he was the manager that everyone wanted. City fans were saying I want him to replace Ten Hag. Liverpool for Pep Guardiola. Liverpool fans wanted him to replace Klopp. He's not turned into a bad manager overnight, and he still is the manager that we all wanted when he come. Just back him and shut your mouths and stop complaining about little things that you can't control.
That I agree with in regards to him not becoming a bad manager overnight. That's what makes what's going on and his decision making worse. That's my biggest issue with him. As much as he might have not got his plan A's, I know he wanted Amrabat, but obviously Johnny Evans and Reguilon were on the list, but still, he's still capable of doing better with what he has, because I watched him do it last season. I know that the vast majority of them players you had last season, you did not want. So in regards to what he can control, is player selection, is tactics. And like you said, he's not a bad manager overnight. And I agree with that. Even if he was to get sacked tomorrow, he would still go and find a club elsewhere. Like Ten Hag's in that position where he's done enough. But hopefully he can turn it around. But it seems to me pressure just getting to him. Because he's making decisions, like I said, I can't account for, I can't understand, like on the pitch.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, his continuation of just playing Rashford, for example.
But do you not think that's coming from pressure? That's pressure again from the pressure cooker of that is Manchester United. We've seen it time and time again. Turn these managers into making stupid decisions.
Yeah,
it happens
and I agree with that, and it does, and that's why we need. And the thing is, he's capable of dealing with it because I watched him deal with it last season. Like I believe he is, but for whatever reason this season, I don't know what's changed. Where if it is the pressure from last season and now there's more expectation
stubbornness
to
as well.
succeed where you're not stubborn. Which you know what? But stubbornness is a. I'm glad to an extent my manager is stubborn because if you're stubborn, that means you believe in whatever you're trying to do. But then there is a question of being too stubborn. There's a good people hear stubborn and think, oh, it's completely bad. I'm a stubborn individual when it comes to certain things. Is it very bad in certain situations? Yeah, I'm extremely at times. Is it extremely bad in certain situations? Yes. And I've paid the cost of that situation. But is it extremely good in certain situations? Yes. You know what I'm saying? And that. If I had listened to certain people and wasn't stubborn on creating content, I wouldn't be here chopping up with you two right now, probably not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I weren't stubborn enough to believe what I was doing could work to an extent. So it's kind of like I listen to negativity. So I like the fact my manager is stubborn, but what he needs to be is also self-aware and have people around him who'll tell him, nah, that's not right. Like that's what you need. You need that. And that comes from the coaching staff. Also comes from Ten Hag, self-aware. I'm just asking him to do the best possible job with what you have at hand. And that's my biggest issue with him right now. Because I watched you do all these, even the subs last season, A1. The amount of times his subs changed games.
And he won games. Yeah.
I won games, and then I see you make subs this season. Go on.
Is sub today?
Yeah.
He's sub today. Yes. And the thing is, that's the thing is, I give him full credit. Taking off Casemiro, putting on Eriksen, plaudits to you. Bringing on McTominay, even though I was cursing about it, plaudits to you because that man helped us win the game. Full plaudits. But now the next game after, I need that again. I need consistency like you did consistently last season.
Listen, I fully back what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. But the difference between and what you're saying is, you know, you're saying you're right to criticize the manager. Absolutely right to criticize the manager when he's not doing right. The same with players. People think managers and players are void of being criticized, and no, they are. Exactly, when decisions are wrong. Decisions are wrong, and he can do better. That's absolutely fine. What I'm against.
You talking about him being sacked? You talking about
it's just about being sacked? I think what the fuck are you talking about, bro? And the people in the chat going, "I know, yeah, but back the manager." But who's going to come in? Who is going to come in and do a better job? It's just going to be the same again and again and again. Yeah. And we've seen the start of something last season. That's what I'm clinging on to at the moment. Is what he can do. It's going wrong now. I believe he's the man.
We need to run the games as well.
He has to start. Yeah, and the thing is, he's definitely capable, and the team is capable of winning. So now it's kick on. We won this. Come back and beat Sheffield United. Come back and beat Copenhagen. Come back and put in a performance against City. I'm saying we could beat City. We beat them last year. You got to put in a performance though. But yeah, go on.
Well, yeah, we did. We did actually. You know what I mean? Today, did we go up a position today, or did we just stay where we were? We're on 12th position here. Tottenham won again today. Yeah. So we're 10th today. Chelsea won today, obviously they didn't get ahead of us. So yeah,
that's good, man. Yeah. Chelsea can stay in 11th, man. That's
yeah, they can stay there, man. You know what I mean? It's one of them. Our goal difference needs better though. It needs to be better as well. We need to get more goals in that regards. But if you look at our fixtures and whatnot, you know what I mean? It's one of them where we've got to you've got to do better. You know what I mean? Like the next games we have got is our next run of fixtures. If I just put it up right now, and guys, keep bumping up the likes, people. We need 700 likes. We just hit 500. We need 700.
What is this Mason Mount open players conversion rate? Bump up the likes. What we doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Bump up the likes.
Shady.
What we doing?
Yes. So Saturday, Sheffield United, who lost today. I think did they lose today as well?
Yeah, they lost today for Fulham 2-1. We lost to Fulham
2-1, yeah. So again, you know, I mean, they've not got a win yet. Still, you know, we can't gift them a win. Then we got Copenhagen. United should win that game. They should win. Then it's Man City, and then you know what I mean. You can Derby game is self-explanatory. You know that Derby game. You don't need to nobody needs to motivate you for that game. You motivate yourself for that game. You know, you motivate yourself, and then you've got Newcastle at home in the Carabao Cup. You know what our cups like? We normally win them.
Hey, he's undefeated. Hey, he's undefeated in the Carabao Cup. He's undefeated in the Carabao Cup.
Well, there you go. Undefeated in the Carabao Cup. There's actually
a
reason for United to go on a run. Like it's favourable fixtures, but Man United just humbles you and says, "Yo,
You
one
went
game
relax.
at a time."
Yeah, it says
Relax.
relax. Yeah,
Relax. Don't look
because
too far ahead.
these games were supposed to be favorable. Galatasaray at home and Palace at home. They were supposed to be a part of the favorable run. Look what happened. It was
Even
Palace,
today.
Palace, Galatasaray, Brentford. That was supposed to be all right. Let's bounce back with these 4 games at home, and we won 2.
Just think about the next game. Think about the next game. That's all that matters.
That's it. That's literally it. Like speak about the next game, and then we move. Like just keep that kind of energy, because right now to go even beyond that and to kind of think of anything that's going to be of any other nature would be naive to do so, man. It really, really would, because I don't think we can do that, man. Like I said, Champions League, I still think it's a bit of a sticky one. I can't lie. I'm not saying we're out, but I think it's a huge landslide. Got to go to Galatasaray away, Bayern Munich at home. Like, but I heard Copenhagen haven't lost in how many games did they say? Something like that. They've not lost at home, apparently, in so many games. That's their record or something like that. So, what it is, yeah.
As
You
Ten
just
Hag
can't believe in
said,
this
it
team.
has come to an end.
Yeah, let's go. So we're gonna start with Copenhagen.
Yeah, man.
Bro.
Start with Copenhagen. Actually, that being said, people are harshing him for that, because since he said that, we've won more trophies than Liverpool. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Since he said that, we've won more trophies than Liverpool and finished above them.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But City went and did a treble.
yeah, that part he got wrong. That's why I said he's 50-50 in it. Half of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. Like I said, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna give a quick player ratings, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Onana today out of 10. I'm gonna give him I think he did well to recover, but I still think it's a 5. Not great for me.
A 5.
5.
Kicking.
You know what? No. I think for me, because I'm trying to look at after, but I just think for me it's unforgivable, So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I would have
said 3.
4, 3. Yeah, around there. Around there.
A 5 after that mistake. It's got to be at least
It made
you know what? It's a costly mistake, though. Double A. It's a costly mistake.
It is, but
you know what? Let the chat decide, because we've said 5, 4, and 3.
Yeah,
so the chat is
5, 4, and 3.
Fair 1s and 2s, bro.
Yeah. You know what? It's you know what I mean? But the problem is, it's that, you know what it is with Onana? He's making mistakes that are like so bad. Like, I was right in front of it. You know, when you're right in front of it, you can see the mistake. Like, Onana's mistakes are so noticeable. Like, normally you kind of like, what happened there? Like, that wasn't Onana's fault. No. But you can actually see, like, man, should save that. I think a lot of people say 3. So average is 3. So yeah, we'll go with 3.
That's mad.
Dallo.
Over to you, Double A. Over to you, Double A.
You know what, Dallo? Yeah, you go, Double A. You go with that one. Start with that one.
Shirt, I'm not doing this. Shirt number's 20, yeah? Well, it's minus 20.
That's it. Minus 20. I plugged his mic.
Do you know what? On a serious one, it was worse. It was worse than Onana. If you give an Onana 3, he's got to be a 2.
You get to do it too. I thought he overlapped at times well. You know what I'm saying? He got up and down the pitch.
No point overlapping when you can't cross. Yeah, you're passing it to the fullback or first centre back. Come on.
I would have given him a 3 personally. I would have said 3.
I was going. Do you know what I should have said? Same as his IQ 1.
Yeah. I thought he was going to say his number's 20, take away the 0. That's what I thought he was going to say or something like that. I'd say 3.
Maybe I should have said that.
I'd say 3 for Dallo. That's me. What are you saying?
Yeah, 4 for me. Average again, man.
All right. 4, 3, or 2. Chat over to you. It's over to the chat.
Chat over to you. People are saying 4 plays well but can't defend. He can't cross. His attacking output isn't great, man. He's meant to be a right back that's meant to underlap and overlap, like do something. He's can't even cross, man.
He's terrible.
You know what I mean? He wasn't that bad. People are saying 4. A lot of 4s, so we'll say 4.
With 4? Let's
5.
go 4.
We'll go with that one. Yeah.
The chat.
Maguire. I'm gonna go with I probably put his best player for me. I'm gonna go with a 7. I'm not gonna go higher than that because I think
I was gonna say 6. I was gonna say 6. So no, I would have said 6.
Average 6.
I think he was above
you
average.
think so with 6?
I know. I think he was above average.
I'll give him 7.
Average.
I think he was
7,
above average. That's why I said 6. All right, again. Hey, chat your time.
6.5 because of the assist.
Just give him a 7 double A, man. It's only one thing
bro.
of him.
No,
Nah, bro.
6.
Why are
Nah,
you
bro.
stingy, man?
I said, nah, bro.
Head out, bro.
Nah,
I said,
bro.
head out.
6.5, nothing special. Good defensive head on
I'd
spot.
say 6.
No,
I thought he didn't put a foot wrong. I don't think he was exceptional anywhere. I
we
thought
did
he was
concede a
just
goal
solid.
as well. You're part
Yeah,
of
but
a
that
team,
wasn't
so
on
you
him.
did concede a goal.
Yeah, but that wasn't
Yeah,
on
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Though. I'd
That's
say
not his
6.
fault. That's nice.
I'd
Even
say
I can
6.
say that's not his fault.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'd say
basically
6.
7, 6. So 6.5. Then we'll
I love the scores. All right, cool.
yeah. And I'm not trying to bring Harry Beckham, but that's gone, mate. That's long gone. Nobody's bringing back Harry Beckenbauer again, mate. That will be the most shameless thing anyone will do. That will never happen again. Evans, I'm going to give him a 6. I think for me,
Hey,
you know what
if
I mean?
Maguire's getting a 6, I'm going 6.5 with
He's
my
a
guy
7.
Evans.
He was 7. He marshaled that defense. He was a leader in that defense that we needed. He was a
Okay.
7.
You know what? I'll happily
Okay,
say 7, actually. I'll say happily say
All
7.
day. He was better
Okay,
than
happy
Maguire.
to
I've been
say
outnumbered then.
He was better than
Okay,
Maguire.
7 then. What were you guys saying, guys? Evans, 7, 6, 6, 6, 7. A few more, and then we'll get on that. Evans was good. 6. Okay, 6. So
You're
6
saying
for Evans,
6.5.
obviously.
You're saying 6.5 then?
6.5.
Let's go
6.5.
6.5. I thought it was a 7, but we'll
6.5.
go 6.5. Yeah.
Yeah, 6.5. Left back, Lindelof.
His shirt
Oh
number
my God,
2.
man.
2.
Bro, I'm tired of Lindelof. 2 for me. 2.
Bro, do you know
He
what?
is so bad. What was we thinking of putting him at left back, mate? You better
Why is
put
he
him at
even
right
playing?
back at least.
Why is he even playing, man? This is awful. That mistake was horrific. That mistake was so bad too. Gives you very little defensively, gives you nothing offensively. Even his passing, which he's actually good at, 2.
2. Yeah, 2 for me.
I tried Victor.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Listen.
It was 2 all day. 2 all day.
2 all day. Let's go with Casemiro. Boy, I can't lie to you. I'm gonna have to give him a 3, 4. I'd probably say it cost us one of the goals. So I'm gonna have to be very honest with you. 3. I think he was bad today, man.
I got 3.
3, man. And I love Casemiro. He's one of my guys, but bro, 3. 3 for me, man.
Yeah.
Guys are saying 2. Casemiro gave the ball away. You know, you see Ten Hag's comments, by the way. He goes, "I want you to play football." It's quite damning, man. I know he kind of wants. He knows what Ericsson's about anyway, but I felt like for me,
progress the ball better. That's what that is.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. What you guys saying? I said 3. What did you guys say?
3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
3. We go with 3 then, people. Amrabat. I'm gonna give him a 6.
Wow. I would have said 5.
I don't know the facts.
5 average.
The fact he had a pretty poor first half, didn't even finish the game, but had a decent period between halftime when he came off. 5, I think he's fair.
5? I think he was average today. Overall, I think he was just okay.
I thought for me, second half he played a bit better than the first half.
Excited,
That's
the passion, man. That's what it is. Saeed, he's your guy, man.
No. I thought for me, he distributed the ball better. I think he played I think he broke the line with his passing. You know, I think he was a bit more polished his game second half. That's just the way I kind of looked at it. But again, 6 is not it's not a good score. It is just a bit above average.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Average. I would have said 5.
So it's just a bit above average. So people are saying 5. People are saying 4. 4. That's crazy.
It's a bit harsh, Stephanie. I'd say 5.
I think it's a bit harsh, Stephanie. But listen, that's your opinion. Okay, then we'll go out on for 5. Then we'll go on 5 for Amrabat. Bruno Fernandes. If Amrabat was a 5, I think Bruno Fernandes was a 4. Even less than that, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't remember him doing anything going forward. What did he do?
He didn't do anything though.
First half, he was getting some good positions on the right. His crossing was terrible, but he was getting some.
Yeah,
that sounds like Delo. Hey, double A. That sounds like Delo.
He's playing against us, man. If you're doing that, like you can't be getting into the byline if you're a right winger.
Yo, where's the Karim Benzema, man? He's playing against us, not 3.
Didn't he play the ball in though from that free kick to get us the winner?
Was that not Ericsson?
Was it? I'm asking. I couldn't see.
I think it was Ericsson.
People stand up getting giddy. If he's Eriksen,
No, obviously, he played the ball. He played the ball into the box. Was it him? Let me see if it was actually him, because I don't know if it was actually him that played the ball into the box. Let me see the actual free kick again. Now I'm just replaying the highlights.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was Bruno apparently.
Was it Bruno?
So it's got to be a.
All right, we'll give him.
Yeah, but the problem is though, it's just spamming the ball in though. It's spamming the ball in
for the assist. We'll give him for the assist. We'll give him 3.5 then.
For the
pre-assist for the assist.
Yeah, a four.
We're giving it for the pre-assist.
Hey, you know what? Let the chat decide between 3 and 4.
Yeah, pre-assist. So we're gonna let him do that. Okay.
If you give Onana 3, he was better than Onana, so it's got to be a 4.
Was he? All right. Yeah. I said 3.5. That's better than Onana.
Okay. Say
3.25 is better than
3.5 then. We'll give it. Okay. Mason Mount.
The fact he stunk so bad in his favourite position, he got shunted out to the right, tells you everything you need to know about Mason Mount.
What did he do?
Yeah. What did he get? What was his stats today? I'm trying to look at today. Like, what was his actual stats today?
To get his actual numbers.
Yeah, his numbers today, guys. Does anyone know where he's today? Yeah, today. What's the game today that he played? Premier League. I think it's this game.
What game did he play today?
Nah, I get it, man. You barely seen him. I would be worried about it.
I'm just trying to see if there's actually anything to kind of say what today he was decent or anything like, because a lot of people they look towards the passes, the stats and be like it can deflect a performance away from him more. It's a bit harsh today, you know what I mean? So that I just want to know if it was actually good or not. But right now I don't see anything on it right now. Let me know in the chat. But I think for me, for what I see with my eye test, for my eyes, I don't think it was anything above a 4. A 4 for me. Below average.
Wait, hold on. Well, you're saying Mount was better than Bruno today?
Mount was, for me, he didn't do. The thing is, it's like Scott McTominay. He doesn't play as bad as Bruno, but then he doesn't do anything to kind of give you a bad rating.
Bruno's trying. That's why you notice Bruno playing.
But the thing is, he's trying to give the ball away. At least with Mount, he's just hiding he's trying to find spaces.
This is not the Premier League hide and seek championships.
Well, there you go.
Fuck all that. He was a 3 at best. Terrible.
I would have said he didn't do that. I would have said like 2, 3. Was he as bad? I think he was bad in Lindelof. 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5. I don't think he was bad as 2.5.
Wow.
But it was ineffective.
These ratings are very low, man. You know what I mean? These ratings.
Did you see the performance? He was there. You was there live.
Yeah.
He was there live.
It's crazy.
He was. What did he do from a defensive standpoint? What did he do from a defensive standpoint? Nothing. Just out there running around.
Terrible.
That's what he's doing. Cardio. You know what I'm saying? He really is one of the cardio cousins, him and Gallagher. It's outrageous.
Yeah. There you go, people. Who else is in that midfield-ish? No, okay, let's go to the wide. Rashford. Why?
One.
Bro. Yeah, it was shocking.
It was awful.
Bro.
I can't even argue against what Double A saying. I'll probably say a 2. I don't think he was worse than Lindelof, but yeah, he was definitely up there.
He was worse than Lindelof, definitely.
So that means he's 1.
The thing is, he wasn't worse than Lindelof. Sorry. He was probably a 2 then. What did we give Lindelof?
2.
What did we give Lindelof? 2.
You got 2? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were on par, man. I think they were so bad in each other's kind of decision making. Obviously, with Lindelof, he can't really attack, so I'm not going to put that on against him. He can't give offensive duties, whereas Rashford is a attacking forward. So I would say 2 for me. Rashford.
Yeah, I think 2. I would have said 2.
Yeah, he's. It is. I don't know why he's going with England, man. He should just allow the England squad to just fake an injury.
Southgate for you, man. That's what that is.
He should just fake an injury. You know when people just fake injuries, fake an injury for England and work on yourself. Get back to your just take a break and get back to what you did last season, innit? And score goals. That's what I would do. But listen, you know what I mean? It's pride of England, innit? It is what it is. Last one. I think is it? No, we got left. Yeah, we did that one. Hoyland. I'm going to say Hoyland. I'm going to say I think he was starved off. I think he looked a bit knackered today. I don't know about you, but I think he looked very leggy a little bit.
He's just like us, tired of these players. That's what he is.
Yeah.
I thought in first half he was running around a lot. He was trying as he always is. Really rushing down the keeper a couple of times.
No service though, man.
No, well, that's a Manchester United striker for you, mate. He's not going to get anything, is he? So, he had that shot that flashed wide. He was really trying. I can't give him anything. I think he was above average. I think he was a 6 because the work ethic and the willingness to try is 100% there in him, and his light doesn't dim. He doesn't sulk. He doesn't look like he gives up like number 10 does. He's constantly wanting to be part of the game, wants to work for the team. It has to be a 6 for me, I think.
I'm going to give him a 5. I think for me, it wasn't a great. It wasn't the Lindelof, obviously, of Galatasaray game. And I just think for me, he just ran out of options and obviously didn't get any options. It's not necessarily his fault, but I just think his performance dipped a little bit from the Galatasaray game, and naturally because of no service. So I would say 5 today for me with Hoyland. What did you think, bro?
I said 4. So if you're saying 4, and if I'm saying 4 and AA saying 6, 5 is cool. I'm cool with a 5.
Oh, 5 it is. Subs, Martial didn't really do much, to be honest with you. He scored a goal, but obviously offside. I thought Garnacho was decent. I think I'd give Garnacho a 6. Impact was good. Tomine gets a
surely it's got to be a 10. It's got to be a 10.
It's got to be a 10, yeah.
He scored 2 goals.
Impact and goals. Yeah. So 10.
Can we not get carried away? Let's give him an 8. Let's be honest.
It's got to be. He scored 2 goals.
I get it.
It's got to be a 10.
He did exactly what the manager wanted, but 10 is
10. He didn't put a foot wrong.
No, but it's not a 10 performance. It's not a 10 performance.
All right, 9.5.
Yeah.
Give me 9.2. Give me 9.25.
He saved us from depression. He saved us from depression, bro.
Only 2 completed passes, apparently. Someone said in the chat.
He weren't there for that, though.
Wait, out of how many? How many attempted passes?
Oh, here we go.
No. How many? No. How many attempted passes was it? No. How many attempted passes was it, though? What was the success rate?
Again, I'm just going.
Yeah, you know the chat be hating on players at times. It's a 10, man. You scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
I think, what else did he do apart from the 2 goals? What else did he do apart from the 2 goals?
That's it. That's all he needs to do.
That's all he needs to do.
This is the problem with his fan base.
When did he come on? Wait. When did he come on? No. Hold up. When did he get on the pitch?
I can't remember the time.
Let me see. I'm gonna check the time.
I need to check as well.
I'm gonna check the time.
Why you do that, the floors? I'm gonna get the super chat. What happened to American Talk? Big up to football or soccer. Yeah, it's gonna get. I'm gonna try and find a schedule to fit it in, but right now it's not there. But I will hopefully international break. We'll try and get it back in. You know what I mean? It's busy, man. Also, Florida's gonna miss the Battle of the North, but big win today, fellows. Still need to improve massively. Yeah, man. That show was sick, man.
Yeah, football. I miss it too, man. Shout out to Matisse, big up Hassan, big up Daps. I genuinely miss it, and hopefully Matisse, like Saeed just mentioned, you understand these big content creators, yeah, the schedule's stacked, so that's why all shows don't make it. You know what I'm saying? They will have to do what they will make. They ain't Ten Hag. They'll make tough decisions. That's just what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, I think we might be joined by McTominay in the chat. You know, I think McTominay's TBE. Apparently I'm clueless. I think Scott McTominay. I can smell the iron brew and deep fried Mars bars from here, mate.
I don't understand it. You went from like saying, "I told you all about McTominay and everything." I thought you'd be the first one to saying 10 for.
Wait. Hold up. He came on. Wait. He came on at the 87th minute.
So he gets a 10 for that. He gets a 10 for that.
Yes. To score 2 goals. To score 2 goals in 10 minutes. Yes.
Well, it was
10 minutes basically.
Let's be honest. He might be the greatest player of all time for Manchester United, but he was just in the right place at the right time.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not doing that.
It's what he does, man. He does well. He makes.
He deserves a 10 for it, man. He deserves a 10. Like, let's not do that. He deserves a 10.
I mean,
he deserves a 10.
Listen, well, at least we got some spicy McMail today. That's all I can say. So
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying sign him up to a new deal. He should start the next game. But I'm saying from 87th minute to 97th minute, he did not put a foot wrong.
Yeah.
No, that's the wildest thing I've ever seen.
How is it? What did he do wrong?
No,
What did he do wrong in the 10 minutes?
That is the smallest sample size I've
But that's
ever
all we can judge off.
No.
Same way we said
We
with
can judge you
Martial.
off that.
If Martial came on late and didn't do much, you'd be like, right, he didn't really do much in that 10 minutes period. In that 10-minute period, he turned the game on its head. You know what I'm saying, scored 2 goals.
No, he didn't.
Scored 2 goals. You get 10.
I just can't say the words.
Yeah, I know it's
10 out of 10.
87, man. 8 from that 87th minute to that 97th minute. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's
There
wild.
you go.
It's wild.
No, I think for me, it's one of them where you just got to sometimes let it slide and let's just give him his due praise. He did what he had to do. He could have got a hat trick if it wasn't. No, I think that was a Martial goal, wasn't it? Was it Martial's goal, didn't it? The offside goal. Offside.
Yeah, well,
goal.
it was technically an own goal because Martial flicked it on and then it hit the defender and went in.
Okay,
so technically, it was an own goal.
So what did you give it? Double A. You gave it a what?
Who? What? Where?
What did you give him? An 8.
I said an 8. I thought that was fair.
Okay, we gave him a 10. So
let the chat decide, man. Let the chat decide.
Yeah, let the chat decide.
Well, apparently I'm clueless, so you two guys obviously win, innit?
Nah, they're on team, man. McTominay fanboys, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of them, man. It is what it is, man.
They don't understand. They've not been able to eat for a minute. They're going to eat off this for a strong minute. They've been starving. Yeah, them brothers been starving. They're like Hoyland. You know what I'm saying? They're McTominay fans.
At least it's not the DDL this time. I've got the
DDL, yo.
Yeah.
McTDL on me now. Jesus Christ.
McTDL.
Yeah, absolutely. What did they say? 10? Yeah, they're all saying 11, 10. Bro, that man.
I said 11. Relax.
I didn't know
That's a sign of a contract, 10-year contract.
I didn't understand you had so many people from up north. I didn't understand it.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Okay, we all love Saeed TV, so we do. I think that's how we talk.
Ericsson came on. We're giving Ericsson. I think he played decent. Yeah,
5.5. I'd say 5.5.
5.5. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. 5.5. Garnacho, we gave him a 6. Does everyone agree with that one? 6 for Garnacho.
He was involved in the equalizer, even though he didn't get an assist. Yeah, he was involved in the equalizer. I think a 6 is fair.
Yeah. Nobody else came on, did they? I think that was it, really. Nobody else came on. No.
Garnacho.
Yeah, that was it.
McTominay.
Yeah.
Ericsson.
Martial. Done everyone, haven't we?
Yeah, Anthony. That was it.
Anthony.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anthony. We didn't give Anthony. Did we give Anthony?
Yeah, Anthony. No, we haven't. What is it? Did he do 5? Flat 5 standard?
5. He played all right.
He did okay.
Yeah,
he did okay.
We know what he does. Yeah. And we're coming for you, October 29th. Don't worry about that. That's a long time away, man. That's a long time away.
That game's at 3:30 p.m. as well. That's a crazy time. But go on, carry on.
No, I think it's going to change to 4.
Are they going to change it? They're going to change it to 4.
Our goes up, doesn't it? Our goes.
Wait, does that mean we lose an hour of sleep or gain an hour?
No, we gain. In the winter, we gain. Yeah,
let's go back in it.
Yeah. I need that. Yeah.
So we gain. And then, we obviously it'll be 4:30 kickoff. So that should be an interesting fixture. But guys, man, we got the win. You know what I'm saying? We chill out for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, no leaks, no depressing stories. Hopefully, we don't hear about nothing else other than, you know what? We got the win. And you know what? People can be angry and say, you know what? I'm still Ten Hag. It's okay. But I just think for me right now, I'm just not going to waste my energy on that. I'm just going to be like, I'm relieved and we enjoy the 2 weeks of normality that we're going to get because this will come back. I think today it may paper over the cracks. We may have been lucky, but just enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can because you may get back to depression mode next couple of weeks. We may lose to Sheffield United. We may lose to Sheffield United. I don't think anyone should be surprised if we lose to Sheffield United.
We may easily draw that game.
We probably go lose to Copenhagen. We don't know. Like, just enjoy it, and that's all I can say. Ultimately, Flawless, it's been a pleasure. Big up to you for coming on. Anything you're doing tonight? You got any content to go in? What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, man, coming up tonight, midnight people UK time, the United Chelsea Spurs show. So you know that's going to be good. Be joined by the Chelsea representatives, the Spurs representatives as well. Obviously, all three teams won, so be interesting to see the conversation. Yeah, 3-point collectors. Obviously, Chelsea stuck in 11th. Hold that. Obviously, Spurs are top of the league as well. So yeah, midnight UK time, Sarcasm City TV. See it right there, people. Sarcasm City TV. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, closing in on, we're trying to get to 8.5k, so we're getting there. Hey, big up for having me as always, Saeed. Much appreciated. Double A, always good seeing you as well. Large up the chat. Well, make sure you bump up the likes here on this show. Whether you're watching live right now or watching this back, bump up the likes. I don't know how many we're on, but it's not enough. Nowhere near enough. I'd make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, man. Let's bump Saeed up to his next heavyweight milestone.
Come on, man. Love to see that, man. Make sure you do that, people, man. Hit the like button, people. And Double A, big up to you for coming on. Shout out to you. Yeah, what you got going on?
Yeah, man. As always, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Even though I'm clueless, it's nice that people rate some of my opinions. And there's no better person than you, Saeed. So big up. Like I said, like Flawless said, make sure you're supporting Saeed. Not many people do it like he does it. How he opens up his channel to the community is absolutely outstanding. So big up to him each and every time. Make sure you're liking the video. It's rude not to do it. You go in someone's house, you take off the shoes. If they ask you to come in our house and like the video, you should be doing it. Coming in, coming out, like the video. Flawless as well. Big up every time. Love chopping up with you. Make sure you go into Sarcasm City TV, one of the greatest channels. And two of the hardest working guys on this here YouTube. Big up the chat as well. I do love every single one of you, even the Scottish people that seem to hate me tonight. I do love you. I'm only joking. Scott McTominay is the greatest football player of all time that's played for Manchester United. I've said that enough time. For me, obviously, Double AFC, my newest channel, is it's going okay. I'm getting some love on there. Really appreciate it at the moment. So honestly, it means a lot that people are checking it out. I've got at the moment, because there's been so many games, it's basically just been previews and reactions. But I have got some other videos coming up.
You've been consistent. Yeah. You've been pumping out the content.
But I've got some other ideas coming. Obviously, I've got a Premier League Legends video coming that should have signed for United. During the international break, you will find out why I support Brazil rather than England. So you can check that out. Double AFC on YouTube. Obviously, Talking Kit as well. The greatest football kit channel in the whole entire world. We have a new episode of Flawless's favourite show, Full Kit Rankers. That's with an R, not a W. And we've got a massive Manchester United fan, Stan Chow, picking his 10 favourite United shirts of all time. And we rank them on the show. That's coming out Wednesday, 6 o'clock. But yeah, I'm off on holiday on Saturday. I'm definitely taking a break and chilling. So yeah, big up to everyone who's liked the channel and subscribed so far. It does mean a lot. But these two guys are absolute legends, and you should be supporting them as well. So thank you. Have a good weekend.
Big up to
United
you.
Won a game.
There we go, people. Make sure you check out everybody's channels. Like I said, big up to everybody, the community. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. The watch-alongs. I think Liverpool are playing Brighton, so I'll be doing that game, and then obviously the Arsenal Manchester City game tomorrow. So that should be a big day tomorrow. Well, yeah, I wish that could happen, but I'd rather right now have Arsenal winning the game, just because I feel like I can't see Man City winning another league, man. I just can't do it anymore, man. So it is what it is, people. But big up to everybody who's here. Like the video on your way out, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Big up to everyone. We're out.